everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we are playing with Charlotte Tilbury. This is going to be a sneak peek video. This is the Instant Eye Palette Smoky Eyes Are Forever. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Hey everyone, as I said in my intro, this is a sneak peek video. This has not been released quite yet in the United States anyway. Although by the time this video goes up on my channel, it will be released, or hopefully about to be released. It will first be up on my new Patreon page. If you're interested in checking that out, I'll make sure that link is all in the description box. That's where I put things that are early releases, sneak peeks that I can't have out on my YouTube or Instagram page just yet. So today is the Instant Eye Palette Smoky Eyes Are Forever. Let's take a look at it. Make sure it stops looking at my face and looks at the palette. There we go. So I will compare it to the other eye palettes that I have by Charlotte Tilbury, the full size, like these size ones, not quads or anything. I also do have the pearly Charlotte Tilburys. Those videos are coming. Or by pearl or pearl, you know what I mean. They're coming. The Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize, which looks like this. And this one, come on, come on camera. This one is I'd say more of a neutral palette, but it definitely has more pinks in it. And then the other one is the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. And I'd say the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize and the Bejeweled Eyes look more similar. Whereas this new one, let me get the name again, Smoky Eyes Are Forever, is a very different palette. Now there's one shade in here that's a little bit broken, which is why I'm being careful when I hold it up. You can see it's this one here. But I'll kind of like smush it in there. This one is a different kind of palette. It looks warmer to me. I think it's more like, I'd say that the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize looks more like it. But the Starry Eyes, we'll swatch and we'll see. We'll swatch. We'll swatch. We'll see. Yeah, the Bejeweled Eyes definitely looks more pinky purple. And this one, I would say it's very close. I'd say it's very close to the Hypnotize. We'll call this one the former one Hypnotize, and we'll call the new one Forever, just for purposes of, you know. All right, so let's watch the Forever one first. And what I'll try to do is do it like this and then do it like this on top so you can see. So let's do the Love Eyes first here. This shade is a very creamy kind of matte shade. This shade is disappearing into my arm. You can hardly see it, but it's, you know, it's like a very pale pinky shade. That is the second, the Love Eyes. And the way that she has these is she'll have like 1, 2, and 3. It'll be Prime, Enhance, Smoke. So that first shade is a prime shade, which, you know, you can use for the, like all over the eye. That's a very light look. That's the Love look. Again, this is the Forever. This has not been released yet. So the next one is the Power Eyes. And the Power Eyes is the one that has the green in it, or greenish. So we've got the matte shade. Got the shimmer, what I would consider on the eye shade, which is beautiful. It's an olive. I'll hold these up longer, don't worry. And then we've got the Smoke shade. So that's the Power Eyes. All right. Let's move to the Happy Eyes. This is the one that is a little bit, I'm just making sure I get this so that you can, yeah, okay. This is the one that broke a little. It's a really pretty shade, but it is soft. That's the first shade. The Enhance. Wow, that's beautiful. This one so far is my favorite, the Happy Eyes. I mean, the Power Eyes is really nice because it's got that green. I think this one might be in a little backwards because that looks to me like the all over shade, although you never know. All right, and then we've got the Confidence Eyes. It's matte brown. Got this shimmer. And then we've got that, if not black, very close to black. Okay. So the first three are the Love Eyes, then the Power Eyes, then the Happy Eyes, then the Confident Eyes. Really nice palette, similar formulas to all the ones that I've tried before. Smooth mattes, nice shimmers. These two sets are my favorite, but all really nice. I've said about the Charlotte Tilbury before. I did my supermodel video. Her formulas are good. They're not like revolutionary. They're not like Pat McGrath. They're not, you know, Sydney Grace where you have like a cream shadow that literally will stay on you for like the rest of your life. But they're really good formulas. And for most of us, you know, they do exactly what we want them to do, is to create a simple, easy, pretty look that enhances your features, that, you know, it does what it's supposed to. And I don't know how else to, really good products. All right, so let's use the Hypnotize, and let's start with the Happy Glow. So these are called glows. The other one is eyes. So I think that's interesting that she chose to call, you know, the other one glow. And in the eyes to mesmerize, hypnotize, which is the silver one. This is the Hypnotize. She also calls them glow. And then in this one, mesmerize, they're not called glows. They're just called eyes. So I think that is interesting that she's chosen to. All right, so that's the Happy Glow comparison to the Love in the new one. Here's the new 3 right here. This is a very light shade. You can hardly see it. Here's the 3 new. Here's the Happy Glow in Mesmerize. And then the Love, if I remember correctly, Love and Dream were my favorite in this one, but we'll see in a second. Okay, that's Love compared to the 3 here. Again, they're not similar color stories, but I want to show you that, you know, you're going to see that there's similar shades in both of these. They at least resemble each other. In the Hypnotize, it's much more of a cool toned, like pinky. I don't have the Pillow Talk one. That's the Dream Glow. So here's the new one again. This is called Forever. And then this is the Mesmerize one with Happy, Love, and Dream. And let's do Seduce. Now, I think this should be out pretty soon. If you're watching this on Patreon, it might be longer. because it'll be up earlier. But if this is on my regular channel, then it should be up soon. All right, so that's a new one. And here's Mesmerize. So I think what you can see is that there's a similar color story going on, but this new one is more mattes and shimmers, and this one is more glowy. So let's use the Power Eyes today, because I think I've gotten a lot of questions about the green, and let's see how that looks on the eye. All right, so let's take a wide, fluffy brush. I need to clean my brushes badly. All right, let's take the BK Beauty 202 brush and go in with that brown Step 1 shade. Let me bring you in a little bit closer. So we're gonna take that brown Step 1 shade. And we're gonna start by, you know, out here in the like outer half of the eye, but we're gonna build it into the crease to create a transition. We're gonna put it, you know, what we could do is put it all over the eye, but I think I'm gonna concentrate it on the outer corner and crease, because what I wanna do is use the other shade from the other threesomes in here and use it as a brow bone color so you guys can see, you know, some of the other shades in the palette. So typical Charlotte Tilbury blends really well. It is powdery. I got a little fallout there because I didn't brush off as much as I should have, tapped off as much as I should have. So it's not a creamy, I mean, it's creamy enough that it blends really well, but you do want to tap it off because you're going to get some fallout from the powderiness. Like I said, not a lot. I can clean that up later. That's fine. It's not bad. And if you do your eyes first, you never have to worry about it, but I never do that because, I don't know. I learned to, you know, put eye makeup on first, and I can't even say like when that started. It's just what I've always done, so. All right, so we're creating a good transition here. Creating a good transition, blending, upwards and outwards here, because I can clean up the outside of my eye later, but I don't want it to just stop at the edge of my eye. Wayne Goss number 3. Soon you guys are gonna see video of me washing my brushes because I need to wash them so badly. Okay. I mean, so badly. All right, so let's take that green shimmery shade. I'm gonna put that all over the lid, and then I'm gonna use the brown shimmer shade to sort of smoke it out. We're gonna use the Sonia G flat definer brush. These shades are very soft. Like I mentioned, there's, you know, some shades that broke. It's because they are soft and they go on very smoothly. So just be aware of that as you're handling them, because I think they can break quite easily. Whether, you know, they're being shipped or you're just like putting them in a drawer or whatever, like these are not hardy shades. So it's why they go, like, you get this really smooth look though, almost like they're wet, which is great, but you know, not packaged properly. These were, but they still, things happen. Things happen. But anyway, yeah, that's a beautiful, I mean, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. It's like it's an olive green, but it has like I don't know, it's an olive green, but it has like a metallic to it. It's really pretty. Of course, it doesn't hurt that I love green. So let's take the other shade. Now this shade is brown, but it also has green to it. It's like a deeper green. This is a very small, this is a Wayne Goss number 5. And I'm gonna use it to kind of place this shade like on the outer corner and really focus it. And I'm also gonna use this as liner. Yeah, I'd say this one's more of the olive shade, and then the other green has more of a, what shade is that? I'd call it puce, but puce people are always like, oh, that's an ugly color. Although I don't think puce is an ugly color, but so it's not really that. It's like, it's got a lime, it's a little bit of lime in there almost in the olive. It's really nice, really nice. All right, so we're gonna use this as liner, smoke this out. Yeah, this is beautiful. I would buy it just for this threesome alone. I love a good like green though, especially a good olive green, like if it's done well. Yeah, that looks really good. Really, really good. I'll clean the outside of my outer part of my eye in a minute. So let's use the Chikuhodo. This is the 03 brush. I'm going to use that first shade when we did it from the Love Eyes, the one that was like basically the color of my skin tone, and use that up here as a brow area color. Yeah, that's good. Just to keep it nice and light. You can see it's like a cream. On me, it kind of blends into my skin tone. Depending on, you know, your skin tone, it will either stand out or blend in. But yeah, that's nice. And then let's take, let me get an inner corner brush. Let's take the shade from the Happy Eyes that was like that bright, shiny shade, the one that's broken. And let's put that in the inner corner. It's like a gold. See it? Yeah, it's really pretty. It's almost like a copper. It's just kind of like a flash of color. Okay, let me clean up the outer corner just a little bit. I'm just gonna make it a little more precise. And let me show you one of the ways I do that. So I'm gonna use the Chanel concealer. This is pretty new to me, but it's, you know, it works with any concealer really, as long as it's a good concealer. It matches your, you know, skin tone and everything. And take a this is like a stippling brush. You can use any straight edge brush. You don't have to use a brush like this. You don't even have to use a straight edge brush. You can use a curved brush, whatever brush works for you. But what I like to do is I kind of like draw a line. So I take the concealer, sort of dip it in the concealer, and then you see how I'm just like drawing this line, straight line. And I have to pull a little because my skin, like I said, I've said before, is not as taut as it used to. And so I've got like a line going. That's a little harsh line at the moment, but we'll clean that up in a second. So again, just pull into the concealer and then draw your line. Concealer, line. See how you already have like a sharpness there? Okay, so that's how you do that. And then I'll take, you know, my sponge or my finger, or you can use whatever you like, to just kind of soften it up. So the line is not as harsh. You could leave it like a really cut line if that's what you like. That's okay too. And then I'll go back in with my 05 and just soften it a little with the color on it. Just a tiny bit. So it's softer. And that's it. I've cleaned up my face and you can't tell that I had a little bit extra makeup there. All right, so let me curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and let's talk about this palette and some comparisons to the other ones and formula. Okay, there we go. Final look with mascara on. I love, and I really mean love, this look. I love the greens. I love the little pop of like copper on the inner corner. I think the shades in here are really beautiful. What I've noticed about this palette versus the other one is that they do seem softer, which is why I think, you know, a couple of shades in here actually broke. There's actually like 2 shades that broke. And I think the other palettes, the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize and the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize, it says 4 hypnotic eye glow looks. So it's love, happy glow, love glow, dream glow, and seduce glow. And the Hypnotize has the same thing. They're all, you know, happy, love, dream, and seduce. And it says this one says 4 hypnotic eye glow looks. This one says 4 hypnotic eye glow looks. So these two, although the color story in the Hypnotize looks more like this new one, as I showed you on my arm. The color story is similar, but it's much more glowy. It's much like, I don't know, like almost more, it's less deep, you know? And then this one, the Hypnotize one is, as you can see, the color story is definitely different. It's like a pinker, cooler, I don't know, more neutral. It's pretty, but it's very, very different. So with those two, I get a much glowier, almost just like, I don't know what the word is. Like they're really pretty, but they're glowy. They're definitely like shimmery glowy. This one seems to me more, it has like it's more deep. I don't know, that doesn't really work. That terminology doesn't work. But this is called 4 hypnotic eye glow looks as well, but it says smoky eyes are forever. So I feel like it's although they're supposed to be like glowy, the way she names them are very different. So I think that there's more of a shimmer, more of like the mattes seem a little creamier, the shimmers seem a little deeper. It seems less glowy and more shimmery. That's a better way to say it. And you can see it with this green, and you could see it with the Happy Eyes. Like the Happy Eyes was, you know, and it's not that the shades in the other palettes aren't beautiful. They are, but I think they have a little bit more lightness, a little bit more glow, where this one seems a little bit more sophisticated to me. The formula seems very similar, but the shimmers, as I'm calling them, do seem softer. They go on beautifully. Like they go on like wet. They look great on the eye, but they are, at least they seem to be prone to breakage because they are so soft. But they look great on the eye. I mean, they go on so easily and so smoothly that I'm really, I have to say, very impressed. I love this color story because of the 2 shades in the middle, the Power and the Happy Eyes. Those are my favorite. I do love having that blacker shade, which actually turns out to be more of like a grayish black, which I like because I can use it to enhance the browner shade in there as well. The bone shade on the left, I know it's very light. It doesn't kind of show up, but it's perfect for me for like the brow bone area. Like it's exactly what I need in a palette. So I love all the shades in here. I definitely think this is one to get. I think it's worth it. Again, is this a revolutionary palette? No, it's not. But it's really good. And if you like greens, especially if you like olives, that trio alone to me is worth it. I love the way it looks on the eye. And it's so smooth, and it looks really good. It doesn't accentuate texture. It's a really good Charlotte Tilbury formula, you know, which is like her Fire, what was the one? Fire Rose Fire, you know that one, that quad? It has like that kind of feel to it. That's how it feels. It's just silky smooth, easy to go on, great look, and just easy, like, which is great. If you're somebody who doesn't like a bigger palette, you know, has like 20 shades in it and you don't know what to do with it, this is great because you have the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but you have separate shades that you can use like I did today to enhance or smoke or whatever you want to do. And the formula is good, I think, for pretty much anybody. I don't see this being a problem for any type of skin type. So yeah, as you can already tell, I really like it. So like I said, the color story is more like mesmerize, not like hypnotize. I don't have the Pillow Talk one, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be very different because Pillow Talk is, very pink. And I would certainly say that although the color story is similar, and again, I have to be careful how I hold this up, although I would say it's similar, it's different enough where you could absolutely own these two palettes, as you saw on my arm. Now, you saw all the swatches, so you make the decision for yourself whether you think it's worth it, but at least now you've seen them, together, and you can decide, what's best for you. But formula is excellent. Color story is really pretty. And if you like greens and coppers, it's stunning. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.